AskReddit by Strolar. What is something free from the internet everyone should take advantage of? Goodrex. If you haven't seen the depressing commercials, this is an app that gives you discounts on prescription medications. My dog has epilepsy and I save about $200 a month on his pills. If you still have an independent pharmacy in your area, please consider supporting them instead. For many drugs they are cheaper than the big chains in the first place, but they'll often price match too. Discount cards like GoodRx save you money but charge the pharmacy a fee on every claim. Needy Meds is another good resource. Not exactly legal, but zlibrary, https://b-ok.cc// has PDF copies of almost every publication ever, including books, magazines, textbooks, and science journals. I use it for PDF copies of books I already own. It does nothing but free up space. That's cool. Not exactly legal is Reddit's second name. https://haveitbeenpwned.com/ is a website that checks through a database of breaches to see if any account associated with your email has been compromised. Edit. Being wound is pretty common, especially if you use the same email for many websites. There is no need to be concerned if you have been wound multiple times. Almost all will be from mass data breaches and it is unlikely you will ever be targeted specifically. However, it is a good idea to close accounts you no longer use and to change the passwords on accounts you use regularly. I have been wound. On Club Penguin Rewritten and Canva. Any student stuck on paywalls to see studies? Here's a way to get around a lot of them. C-Hub. Removing barriers in the way of science. https://c-hub.tw/. It's made by the same people that made Library Genesis. http://gen.lib.rus.ec/. https://unsplash.com/right square bracket open bracket https://unsplash.com, free super high quality photographs I also use as reference for sketches artwork. Pixabay and Pexels too. I bring to you Radio Garden, my friend. Radio stations from around the globe. Just spin it a bit and click where you want to get a list of radio stations from that country. Great for people who like foreign music, language learners, or people looking to reconnect with something back home. Alternatively, Worldwide Radio is an app for Chrome and Firefox that also has a list of global radio stations if you prefer that. Number of stations is much smaller, though. Libby is an app you can use to borrow audiobooks and ebooks for free as long as you have a library card, also free. Canopy is the movie streaming version of Libby. Also just as dope. WordHippo. https://www.wordhippo.com/!! It is, hands down, the best online thesaurus ever. You can search synonyms and antonyms, and it includes slang, explicit language, and multi-word phrases, all of which are typically excluded in other thesauruses I've used. This feature lets you find both more specific academic professional words and more general slang colloquial words. It's saved my sanity in term papers and texts alike. When you search a word or phrase, you get a page that breaks down synonyms by meaning and part of speech. Check out this page for LIF. https://www.wordhippo.com/what-is/another-word-4/live.html (double quote with 11 verb usages, 13 adjective usages, and 3 adverb usages). Bonus, I actually ended up using WordHippo while writing this comment. Wolfram Alpha. They have a lot of cool tools for math, science and even things like nutrition. I owe at least half of my physics degree to Wolfram Alpha. Stack Overflow because I wouldn't be a developer without it. Your answer has been marked as a duplicate. https://thinunproject.com/ has a wide selection of icons. I use them for presentations. Thanks. I didn't know about this. I'm probably going to use it in the future. 2BTV. It has a ton of movies. Not exactly box office hits, but it's got movies and they change every month. I've watched movies like Fury and Airplane on there. Best part is you can get it in phone, laptop, and PS4 as far as I know at 100% free, 100% recommend. Edit. They also have TV shows and anime. I've watched One Punch Man and Fairy Tail. 2B has some of the best cheesy movies ever. I recommend watching The Velocipastor. Deleted. And also LibriVox, which is volunteers reading books from Project Gutenberg. It's not always top quality, but it's nice to have. Basically people sign up to read certain chapters, or entire books, and record and submit them. So even the sight impaired can enjoy Project Gutenberg. And X200B. https://librivox.org/right_https://librivox.org. TurboTaxAccess.com. It's created by Hassan Minhaj with a list of websites to file free taxes with direct links instead of misleading users to paying. Hassan Minhaj talks about it in his Patriot Act Volume 6 episode Why Doing Taxes is So Hard. Edit. Wow, I'm really glad I watched this episode and happened to be on this post at the same time. I just wish this post was sooner than the tax due date. Thank you Rependleton18 for my first gold, and thank you Energy Taker Lad for my first +1 award. I saw his episode and actually just used the site to file my taxes through TurboTax Free File, the real one. If you're a student or are really trying to stay focused at work, there's an app called The Forest. Stay focused. I could be wrong, but it's definitely The Forest. It's a free app that's available as an extension on Google Chrome or the Apple App Store. Basically, you plant a tree, set a time limit, and you can only go on the sites that you've added to the whitelist or your tree will die. It's designed to stop you from always being in social media while you're supposed to be studying or doing something productive. I prefer Stay Focused. Immediately blocks your access from any site. Edit. To clarify, you can set the blacklisted sites you want to block, and even a fixed period of time you have per day to browse those sites. Khan Academy. It's free knowledge. This got me through college. Can't believe I haven't seen anyone say https://www.photopia.com/ It's literally free Photoshop, and it's even web-based. My graphic design teacher taught us about Photoshop with this site because the school didn't want to waste money on Photoshop that kids would only use for one class. Fantastic site. You can do figuratively anything you can do with Photoshop. The 9th of May 10 would recommend. A fun thing to just check out is the first ever website, http://info.cern.ch/www/theproject.html. Something else that's really cool is the Library of Babel, https://libraryofbabel.info/, which essentially contains every possible string of letters, periods, and commas. At first glance it seems a bit uninteresting, until you realize every story, text message, word, thought, the names of every person who ever lived, the names of every person who didn't live, the secrets behind the creation of our universe, are technically within the many volumes of the library. You can search anything you want in the library and it'll find it for you. It's honestly quite mind-blowing. GovTrack us, https://www.govtrack.us/. It's a website dedicated to tracking the bills and votes of Congress. You can find out who proposed what bill, when they did, and when they will be voting on it. Critical for staying in the know. Edit turned it into a link so it's easier to access. My 90s TV, http://www.my90stv.com/. This is more of a novelty website to kill some time, but I think it's pretty cool and you can easily lose yourself for hours with nostalgia. It basically uses YouTube videos to simulate watching TV in 90s, and you can specify what year you want and what categories you want to see when you change channels. There is also a My 80s TV, http://www.my80stv.com/, and a My 70s TV, http://www.my70stv.com/, and the dev has said they are considering building one for the 2000s. Sometimes I just binge watch these. DaVinci Resolve is a great editing software. HitFilm Express is another great one. I started with DaVinci and found that HitFilm is more intuitive for me. Give both a try, see what you like. https://archive.org. For the COVID semester I forgot to rent some of my books for reading, and this website had everything I needed for free. It's also the only reliable website where I can watch Norm Macdonald live too, which is always a plus. Quizlet. AppendStax.org, https://appendstax.org/ for free textbooks. Khan Academy. YouTube videos can teach you to do anything. 7 Cups, https://www.7cups.com/166404339 . It is a free, safe, and anonymous way to talk to trained listeners about anything going on in your life. There are also group chat rooms where you can talk to peers who may experience something similar to you. Couldn't recommend it more. Just here to say that everybody in this comment section are saints and lifesavers. Thank you. Gym Virtual, http://gymvirtual.com/. They are a completely free guidance of exercises to get fit, at home and by oneself. Windows 10 is still free if anyone still needs it. Basically they had it for free back in 2016 and never got rid of the link. And X200B. And X200B. 9PCKFTJ3LKK0 SOZIN 2111CMXHZM1X00. Edit. For clarification, when I used this link it indeed came with the full version. No watermarks or inability to change the background came with it. Unless I am mistaken, in which case, please tell me so. So, have I not needed to deal with a watermark for the past 6 months? PBS Ian's on YouTube. That show got me into an advanced science unit during 8th grade. Let's not forget PBS Space Time. Coursera. You can audit a course for free. Free classes, just no grade test. www.findhelp.org lists all of the free and reduced cost resources in the US. Starting with your zip code, it returns food banks, housing shelters, financial assistance, bus passes, etc. It's a completely free to use with no ads. If you don't need it, someone you know probably does. Deleted. Can you elaborate maybe? I've been thinking of trying online schooling but don't know if it's worth it compared to a community college trade school. Not really take advantage of, but there's tons of free apps to learn at least a little sign language. I'm like 70% deaf, on top of auditory processing disorder that probably stems from my autism, and I'd really love to meet a stranger that signs. It's only ever happened once, when some random little kid translated for me at Starbucks. The site lifeprint.com has awesome ASL lessons. My sister and I are learning together BC. She has an autoimmune disease that's causing hearing loss, and I am sometimes mute due to a complex condition called speech apraxia. Completely free lessons there, but you have to be willing to put the work in. The R Body Weight Fitness RR is the best free body weight workout ever. It's as designed by several experts and absolutely free. IPKB recommended routine. Free language immersion programs. I'm not just talking about Duolingo. Tandem and HelloTalk are free language exchange apps. You put in the language you're learning and it connects you with native speakers that want to learn your native language. I've heard of people having problems with speakers using it as a dating app, but I've never had that happen myself. There are language immersion Discord servers for nearly any language you want to learn. You can usually just Google it and find one somewhere. Subreddits for languages oftentimes have their own Discord servers. Google Chrome has several extensions that will translate phrases for you, teach you new words, etc. without any extra effort. You're practically learning a language every time you use the internet. Edit, Gloss, Kypsis, and Langlearn are good ones. If there's a popular public domain book in English, chances are, it's been translated and is in public domain in other languages. Usually when learning a language, I'll try to be able to read The Little Prince by the end of my first year of learning, which isn't public domain everywhere but is still easy to find, never too expensive, and usually easy to read. Steam when PC games are free to purchase. Many websites offer real-time, well, basically, flight tracking. Not just flight status but maps and markers, updating every second of flights all around the world. Updated arrival times. They've saved me hours of waiting and cell phone lots because I didn't know a plane left late, or arrived early, etc. Deleted. For LaTeX, Overleaf is great. For simple coding, Replit, https://repel.it is great. For archive of math resources, aops.com, https://aops.com is great. Kaggle www.kaggle.com. Everything related to data science. They also offer free mini certificate courses. The thousands of free abstracts of research papers on sites like PubMed. And the research papers themselves on C-Hub, http://c-hub.tw. Freeris.com is a great and easy way to help the world. I remember doing this in the computer labs as a kid. It was pretty fun back then, but the website looked a lot different. I'm glad to hear it's still up. Free Code Camp. Its founder Quincy is a great guy and Free Code Camp is a legit way to learn to code. It has a great reputation with self-taught coders. Patrick Cant has very good calculus tutorials. https://imaginationlibrary.com/ Dolly Parton's Child Book Club. Sign up and get free children's books for your kiddos. It is a little limited state-wise, but it is nice if it is available in your area. https://www.expresso-app.org. From their website, Expresso is a little tool to edit texts and improve your writing style. It will teach you to express yourself through writing more efficiently and help make your texts more readable, precise, and engaging. FreeCoderCamp.org. https://www.freecodercamp.org. Hundreds of coding lessons, all for free. For parents, commonsensemedia.org lays out new movies and apps and other pop culture items and discuss them and the age appropriateness in case the parent is unaware of what something is. There's also classes about how teens and kids can learn to responsibly use the internet. Seems dumb, but I try to plug it any chance I get. I have pretty bad anxiety and PTSD. There is some movie TV content that I've learned just isn't good for my mental health. I use that site all the time to get a sense of whether a movie or TV show is something I want to spend time watching. Another helpful site is dosthedog.com, which breaks content down even further. Outline.com allows you to bypass the paywall on almost any article. Just copy the link. Plus you can annotate. Can someone fill me in on what that excessively gilded deleted comment was? Free condoms. Many states in the US should have an anti-HIV sexual health program where they discreetly mail you a pack of condoms for free after you fill out a super short anonymous survey. The caveat is the shipping time is around 2-3 weeks, but hey, they're free. Edit, spelling. Someone posted a link for free condoms in my state a couple weeks ago and I saw there were options for different types of condoms, so I picked flavored and I got over 50 flavored condoms in the mail. I am not even sure what to do with them. Step 1. Download Duolingo. Step 2. Learn Hindi. Step 3. You now have infinite knowledge on YouTube. As a native Hindi speaker, I feel fucking proud of the knowledge we give out.